Okay, I think I disconnected from stream for a second there. Tends to happen in the beginning of my streams for some reason. Oh, yeah, I think we're back. So that last strategy didn't really work. We didn't get enough money before the mob to get everything off the ground. So what I'm going to try... I keep talking about using a wizard, but I never actually try it. So we're going to try it. We're going to go top path and bottom path. Because tier 3 on the top path does do good work. But we just need to get there. And until we get to tier 3, the wizard monkey does tend to be kind of weak. So, see if this can get us there. The glue monkey's just kind of helping slow down stuff. So the wizard can pop stuff. But once we get the wizard going, we're going to try using a bomb tower and get a mob mauler. Because all of those are pretty cheap. Tier 3 on the wizard and a mob mauler for the bomb shooter. Those are pretty cheap. We can try that. And maybe after all of that is taken care of, we can maybe get Geraldo and start using his stuff. Until then, we just have to, you know, make sure this works. Alright, so that should help us out for a while. The glue gunner, I think the glue gunner can just stay like that for a bit. We can buy a bomb tower first and put it like up here or maybe right next to the glue gunner. Ideally, it would be somewhere where we get good track coverage. So like, oh yeah, that's right there, that's good. We can get some range upgrades and it'll cover this spot over here as well. So yeah, let's run with this for a while. We do need ammo detection, so there's that. We need lead popping. Should be taken care of by the bomb tower. And again, we just need to make everything beefed up before round 40. But the glue gunner should be able to handle most of our DPS. The wizard should be able to clean that up for us. And the bomb tower should take care of the mob, I hope. We really can't make any headway like this. We might just have to switch out our hero and pick up one of the ones I mentioned earlier, you know, Azili, Adora. Even someone like Rosalia would be nice. Alright, we are starting to leak a lot of balloons though, so I don't even know if we're gonna make it to around 40 at this rate. I did not mean to buy that for the bomb tower. Oh great, now we're gonna have to go top path and middle path. I do not want to do that. Alright, well, we lost anyways. Alright, so that doesn't really work. We could try a dart monkey instead of a glue monkey, maybe. I don't know why this is so tricky. I guess we really never figured out what kind of strategy we can use for half cash. You know what? Let's just go ahead and switch our hero just to get this done. And we'll keep our Dart Monkey and Tack Shooter strategy. Because now we can use Sada. She'll be able to clean up anything these guys can't handle. Let's start with this. We'll save up for Sada right away so we can get her leveled up ASAP. And she should be able to clean up pretty much everything up until around 40. And that should be, you know, able to beat us. Or that should be able to beat the game for us. Then we can move on to chimps, and I still would like to use Geraldo for chimps, if possible. Because I don't want to just not use Geraldo. But again, if we have to switch out our hero, then I suppose we have to. Alright, well, we've already got enough for Sada, so let's go ahead and put her, like, up here. And that should be the game, to be honest. Sada's attack is good enough to carry us past round 40, honestly. So we should be alright. So now it's going to be a choice between, like, what path we want on the Dart Monkey. We usually go bottom path on half cash, because it's the cheapest, and we get a lot of popping power from it. But top path is also really good, and it does help out with leads, and Sada can't pop leads without her ability, so we could do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might try top path, because why not? And then we're going to need some kind of filler to help up with cleanup throughout the map, so, you know, I'll figure that out at some point. Oh, sorry, I just got a big old crink in my neck. Sorry about that. Okay, we have enough for hot shots, and we have enough to start upgrading our Dart Monkey at this point. Yeah, like I said, Sada's just gonna take care of most of everything for us. Geraldo could never. Even with spending extra money on his turrets, he could never even pop this much, so. You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, let's go ahead and upgrade the Dart Monkey up to a Juggernaut. Did I disconnect from stream again and I didn't notice? I don't know what's up with my OBS recently, but if you haven't noticed from this video, or like these videos, these Bloon videos, and plenty of other ones, I just constantly get disconnected from stream for some reason. And I always have to like splice in my videos, and there's like a cut somewhere in the first episode most of the time. And I know you can't see this side, but on my end, this little chat box right here that I can look at, it always says like connecting to chat all the time. It says welcome to the chat room, like I'm being disconnected and reconnected to the chat room all the time. Even when I'm not streaming, if I'm just recording something or using OBS for something like monitoring or something like that, I can still see the chat box, and it's like, oh, connecting to chat, and I'm like, I'm not even live right now. Like, what is? There's not even anything to connect to. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what's up with that. Always doing that. I'm still hooked up with Ethernet, so I should be able to just stay connected all the time. But I guess there is a chance that my Ethernet, the cable itself, could be like flawed or something. Or the router is flawed, so it always is kind of finicky and disconnects anyways, you know what I mean?
Get ready, Moab!
We still died at the Moab. I should have bought some extra help. Alright, let's try again. Let's buy a bomb tower before we get to the Moab. I should have done that. I just kind of was talking and I forgot. Try it again. We'll put the bomb tower in the same spot we put it last time, and we'll actually set it up correctly. We'll do bottom path and top path. Got plenty of money there, so we should be able to do that pretty easily. Yeah, I just don't know what's up with my internet. I mean, once I reconnect to the stream, it never really has an issue. I rarely drop frames. I don't usually get disconnected mid-stream. It's always at the beginning of the stream. And I don't really have any issues with chat, you know, midway through the stream. So I just don't really know what the issue is. Alright, we've got Sada up now. Let's go ahead and buy our bomb tower before we even start upgrading our other towers. So I don't forget about it again. If I'm not looking at it, and it's like, you know, it's sitting in the back of my mind, I tend to forget about it. But let me just go ahead and place that down now. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like constantly reminded to actually upgrade it. You know what I mean? And once we upgrade the bomb tower, I guess we're kind of free to do whatever we like. Because Ring of Fire, once we get that, will take care of a lot of stuff for us. Moab Assassin, take care of all the mobs for us. And Juggernaut will be able to take care of leads and ceramics and camos. Sada is just kind of cleaning up everything for us. So we should be free to do just about anything we want. There's not anything in particular that we have to do. Before we were unlocking the Paragons, but I did get the Ace Monkey Paragon sometime off stream, and I'm working towards the Spike Factory off stream as well. So it's not quite there yet, but we're almost there. We're closer than we were last time we were working on that on stream. I'll see, like right now, I'm getting a bunch of spam that says, welcome to the chat room, welcome to the chat room, connecting to the chat, connecting to the chat. But it's like I'm not really being disconnected from stream. So I don't know what that's all about, but kind of just always catches my eye. Anyways, yeah. We were working on the Ace Monkey Paragon and the Spike Factory, but I got the Ace Monkey already. And the Spike Factory, like I said, we're making progress off stream, so we're just inching towards it slowly. We should be able to get that done eventually. So we don't really have to focus on any, one particular monkey or strategy at this point. We've worked through all of the Paragons, we have all the other upgrades unlocked. At this point, we're almost done with the heroes as well. We only need to unlock Corvus, so I just need to save up a bunch of money from, Golden Bloons, Monkey Teams, and Odysseys. And obviously, once we get past this map, we'll be able to get some more money on stream. So that shouldn't take super long. Yeah, we're kind of starting to free ourselves of restrictions kind of set in by the game. That's pretty nice. We can start heading into like boss events pretty soon. Start carving out our own strategies for like farming, so we can get a Paragon during a boss event or something like that. We can start entering like races and doing the same thing, developing our own race strategy. We can start saving up for the hero skins, all that good stuff. Alright, so we're past round 40, finally. Go ahead and grab Ring of Fire, because like I said, that is going to help us a lot. Let's grab Mob Assassin when we have enough money. And I guess we might as well do a Spike Factory so we can start getting some XP for it. But the only way we're going to really get a lot of XP during this game is if we get like 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. The more money we invest into the tower, the more XP we get. But at this point, I don't think we're going to have enough for a tier 5. So, we're going to have to just buy a lot of them. Which is fine, but I just don't know how much XP that's really going to get us at the end of the game. Alright, let's go ahead and start doing that. I'll just buy, like, one of each. Middle path, top path, bottom path. Why not? Oh! Never mind, we lost. Okay, I kind of forgot we needed a lot of camo, a lot of help with camo detection. So we should have bought, like, a village or something like that. We would have been able to afford that. Okay. Well, let's do it again. Looks like we're about to spend another 40 minutes just doing this. Spending another hour and a half just doing one challenge or one medal on one map. Who even knows if we're gonna get through chimps today? We do have to get through all 100 rounds in one go. So realistically, we're gonna need an entire hour just for that. Alright, so scratch the Spike Factory idea, because clearly that is too expensive to sustain. We're gonna need a village with camo detection for the tack shooter. And that should do it for us. We can also invest into like primary training. That should give it even more popping power. Alright, so we'll just do the same thing again. That was able to get us through round 40 pretty easily. So we can just do that again. And get a village later. If we're able to put it like right here, we might be able to get it to buff both the bomb tower and the tack shooter at the same time. Maybe. I don't know if it has quite that big of a range, but maybe. Don't really need camo detection on the bomb shooter though. So I guess this works out just fine. We can keep this strategy. Once we unlock Corvus, you know, and we're switching between heroes freely, we can just use Sada for the beginner games and keep this strategy. Again, it would be nice to figure out something to do with Geraldo, but I just don't think he's going to be very useful at all in half cash. No. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep something like this going. And then figure something else out for the intermediate maps and so on. It's always so boring to just sit through a half-cash game. There's nothing ever exciting going on. You gotta limit yourself in terms of towers, And at least for me personally, if I tend to get distracted for even a minute, I tend to just lose. I've got to stay focused the entire... See, like I'm already leaking balloons the moment I started talking there. So I gotta stay focused the entire time. I've gotta manage my cash and still lose most of the time. And go through an 80 round game. It takes a while every time. Real annoying. Alright, there is round 40. So now we should have plenty of money to spare on the village before we buy Ring of Fire. Oh yeah, we can hit both towers here. We can hit the bomb tower and the tack shooter. That'll be totally fine. Let's go ahead and start setting that up. Maybe if we're lucky, we can even hit Dart Monkey with, you know, extended range. I don't know if it extends quite that far, but maybe. I didn't know that this range would hit this far, to be honest. Not quite. Almost, though. Alright. So now we have camo detection on the bomb tower and the tack shooter, so we should be able to get the Juggernaut and everything else. And we should be able to get past, I think it was like round 58 or something like that. We should be fine with that. Let's go ahead and grab Ring of Fire first, because clearly we're still leaking a lot of balloons here, so I'm going to need the help with that. Alright, there it is. And now we can save up for Mob Assassin, and that should take care of like round 60 for us. We can use the ability for the BFB. And eventually we're going to need something for round 80 for the ZOMG. But all of this should take us there pretty easily, I think. So now we can invest in primary training and buff these guys even further. Hopefully we don't lose again, because now we're about an hour into the stream. So, you know, if I lose again, we're going to be probably stuck on chimps for another week. Alright, yeah, we're getting through these rounds. Tack shooter's helping clean up a lot of stuff here, so we're doing just fine. Let's go ahead and get primary mentoring, because, you know, any buff's good for us. We might as well grab it. So let's try our tack shooter strategy again. Let's just, you know, spam a bunch of tack shooters so we can get the XP for it. And I'm going to start with, I think, the top path. which is the most expensive, but probably the most powerful before tier 5. Those exploding ceramics are going to help a lot with, cleanup. So that should work out just fine for us, I think. Hopefully. If we can even afford, exploding spike balls. I think it's like 10,000 or something like that. Probably even more on the hard difficulty, but find out. Yeah, 10,000. Okay. So that might be a little out of our range. I don't know if we're going to save up that much money before round 80. So let's just start setting up the other ones. We could save up enough for the Spike Storm, because that's only about like 70 or 7,000, something like that. 6,500, somewhere in that range.